Victoria suggesting a triple date with Gary C. and E. McKenzie. Poor Victoria. Would have to be listening about COVID protocols and E's ability to knock out a stream with just force of nature.
Yeah, the presence of his magnetism. As Sage here, he's got a couple of jiggities. Eric with the ace-queen suited, and Andrew with the goods. He's got 2 black aces. 4-betting to 425 from the straddle. This is a cold 4-bet after an open and a 3-bet. Eric now ace, queen of hearts. This is a type of hand that I've honestly seen Eric go a little bit bananas with.
Bananas.
But this time he's going to think better of it, and he's going to let it go. Doesn't like the cold 4-bet. Sage, though, he's not done with this, of course. He's got the jiggities.
Yeah.
He needs to see a flop. He's going to be in position here. A couple of jacks against the 2 black aces of Andrew. There's a couple of flops that could be just absolute dynamite here. Both of these players very deep. Effective stack 7.7K. Going to get a 9-high flop, couple of hearts. Sage, no heart in hand. This could entice him to continue. An overpair with no heart blockers. Also does have backdoor straight outs in case he is up against a hand almost exactly like this. Stephen Tixay dropping a $9.99 super chat, chipping a chair for
delivers.
Carolyn. Fantastic stuff. We're going to get her out there in no time at this rate. She's got a big blind.
At least. I think we can allow it to post. Again, Sage here with the pocket schlongs, as they were aptly named by Kevin there on the table and the chat. I think an agglomeration of creativity, but it may be an opportunity to sit back up and retreat here for Sage with the old pocket J's.
Yeah, down bet here from Andrew on the turn. And that is going to bring Sage along for one more card. It's an 8 of diamonds, pairing the board. A couple of 8s out there. That's just, not a great card for Sage. I mean, if his opponent had an ace-king with the ace of hearts, king of hearts, something like that, would he take this line, or would he have sized up on that turn bet? Not clear, but he's going to go check over to Andrew, who's going to go ahead and put out a value bet here, 1.5K, to a pot that is over 3,000. So this is under half size bet here on the end. Let's see if Sage can sniff this out for what it is, or if he's going to go ahead and pay it off. What's your bet?
I think it's a fold. Sage is good enough, but you can get kind of sticky in these spots and just get into payoff mode. In some instances, it's hard for me to gauge it, but yeah, he's paying off the Rockets.
Yeah, gonna have to pay that one off. Yeah.
We still will decide here if we go maybe another hour. I'd be kind of fine with, but it is. I don't know. We gotta figure this out here.
Help us out, people.
Yeah. You make the decision for us. That is, you take the decision away from us, and it is your overwhelming support and influx of energy could be the saving grace to give us some more TCH Live overtime. As boy, we got a hand here. Top pair flush draw for Sage. We've got a straight draw, straight flush draw for Andrew. Adam with top pair, best kicker of the bunch. This.
Interesting comment here from Andrew Province saying Jack is a better call than King. I agree with that. Let's circle back to that because I think that's interesting little point there. But we are going to get a raise to 360 here from Andrew. Call from Sage. And it is a battle of the clubs, and the club comes in. 7K effective stack here for Sage with the nut. or sorry, not the nut, the better flush. Andrew drawing live to 2 outs now. He can hit the 3 or the 7 of clubs. Both of these players obviously going to feel pretty good about their hands. Andrew here going to go ahead and fire out a bet. 9-10 in the middle. This is a bet of 400 and a quick call from Sage. Going to a river unless it's a 3 or a 7 of clubs. Sage is going to take this one if we get to showdown. 9 of diamonds here on the end. Meaningless pair for Sage. Andrew with the 5 high flush. Very likely going for value in his mind. And it should probably go for a fairly polarizing bet. Let's see if this is up over the 1K mark. 800. Okay, so he is going to keep this relatively small. Gonna bet 800 here. Now over to Sage. How big does he go on what will certainly be a raise? That is 2,300. Bet of 800, going up to 23. Andrew should be calling this pretty quickly, I would imagine. 1.5K into a pot that's going to go up to just about 6.5. Indeed, he does. He's going to call pretty quick. Find out the bad news. Flush over flush.
And that, I believe, is the Yeti cooler of the night. I can't think of any others off the top of my head.
Technical difficulties. We've had a little bit of a rough go of it here recently, but I think as of what I saw earlier, we managed to patch things together well enough that I think everything should be in good working order for Thursday. So hopefully that is the case. Jasmine is going to do her best Jasmine impression and fold. Over to Kevin here. He's got ace 4 offsuit, too early position even for Kevin to open that hand. He's going to get out of there. Bones, though, Jack 10 offsuit in the cutoff. He's going to raise this up to 35. And action Eric here with a couple of red 6s on the button. He's going to put in the smooth call. Now back around over to Big Daddy Chaz in the small blind. This is a spot where sometimes you can just go ahead and take a small middling pocket pair like this and just go set mining to a flop, but he says no. I'm going to 3-bet this after the open and the call in front. A lot of times going to be able to get that one through and just win pre-flop with the middling pair. But instead, Sage has other ideas. He's got ace-king offsuit, just going to flat call out of the big blind, not looking to put in the cold 4-bet. That is going to allow Eric to come in on the button in position with a couple of red 6s, see if he can pick up a set, and he does. Top set at that. Big Daddy Chaz with the overpair and a gutter to the nut straight. Second nut straight, I suppose. That's likely going to entice him to continue here, but I am mistaken. He's going to check. Sage going to quickly check behind. And Eric now with top set, he's going to go ahead and fire out a wager here. 600 to go, 600 into a pot of 800. And Chaz, it's almost like he sees something going on here. Maybe the quickness with which Eric fired that bet out there. He's not going anywhere just yet, though. Gonna go ahead and call here. Again, got the overpair and the gutter, and my God, he hits it immediately. And not only does he hit the straight, he's got the open-ended straight flush draw to go with it. So 7 on the end. So now this is actually gonna be a chop pot. This is unbelievable how this hand is played out. Big Daddy Chaz went from 0 to hero to, like, I don't know, the weird Siamese twin guy who gets half the pot with a set on a straight board. He's gonna bet 1,300 maybe? 1,400. Bet a 1,400 into a pot of 2K. Back over to Eric, who's looking at chopping this thing. Got to put in 1.4K just to get his 1,000 back out of the middle. He's already had a hearty chuckle, so he's getting some amusement out of this run out, which I definitely don't blame him. Big Daddy Chaz sort of feeling amused in his own way, kind of at this point, just like, fold, so I don't have to give you half this pot. Eric says, no, I'm going to call. And here we're going to see the 7s. Eric's like, you can't believe how lucky you got on that turn, and then how lucky I got on that river.
We got a couple of ladies. And abrupt woke you up there, Aaron.
It did. Well, I was trying to read the chat, and then there were ladies. And
Ladies.
I was like, ladies? Where? I like ladies.
Two chicks at the same time.
Wow. One black chick, one red chick, and
But
Nope. That joke's done.
yeah, we went way off kilter, but that's all right.
Big Daddy Chaz here. He's got one black king and one red ace, and he's going to 3-bet to 550. And then on to Kevin here with the Jack 9 of hearts. You can tell he's just in this spot where he's like, I have a hand that I want to play, but I can't call a 3-bet. What do I do? Do I cold 4-bet this? And he's just pained by having to fold the Jack 9
really,
of
I
hearts
have
there.
to.
Yeah, he hates it. This man hates it, and I don't blame him. Yeah, cross your arms, do the little neck roll, and be like, I'm gonna win this one too. I swear to God, Jack 9 hearts wins.
He's even getting like the tonality of how he would say it too. Rather kind of infantile and just. No, I kid, but. Steven, you should have a separate stream after midnight TCH after dark. Okay, then it gets really profane.
Well, Big Daddy Chaz continues doing Big Daddy Chaz things. It just hits a king right here on the flop.
I'm sure there was a world where Chaz ran bad and we just never saw it, but
well, it's the one universe over.
Yeah,
it's
the next universe
door.
over. There's another TCH live stream with two guys just like us. And Chaz just like week after week goes set after over set and
just
flush out. It's just like his life is more miserable.
Yeah, he drives a station wagon and it's not great. But
he's just regular daddy, regular daddy Chaz.
Regular daddy Chaz is right. Maybe just infantile daddy Chaz. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was not the right word to put in front of
But
it. But
it brings credence to the multiverse. So that's all we're saying. Keep an open mind, but
gonna go bet 450, call Big Daddy Chaz here. King of clubs, ace of diamonds, 5 of diamonds on the turn. Feeling pretty good about his hand here. Definitely gonna go for solid value. This looks to be 1325, 1425 perhaps. Yeah, 1425 here. Over to Andrew now. He still has the gutter. No diamonds in hand, so that's one possible idea of why he might continue. A couple of queens, no diamond. And he is going to call. So this pot ballooning up to 5K and Big Daddy Chaz. Just if you ever had any doubts about the strength of your hand, we're going to go ahead and just give you an ace on the end. And now you got aces up. Now, Andrew has definitely still shown some strength here, right? By calling 2 streets, it is possible that he would have a hand like 10s or 9s. It's much more difficult for Big Daddy Chaz to have 10s or 9s here, so he does have the nut advantage, but not necessarily the strongest range advantage here.
Oh, boy, this big bet.
Yeah, of course it's not small in terms of absolute sizing, but relative to the size of the pot, this is a fairly modest wager, actually, here on the end. So 3.2K, solidly going for value and trying to get paid, given the fact that Andrew has 5.6K behind. So not going to do a jam all in and try to get Andrew to pay it all off. Just going to go for the 3.2K here.
Decision back here to Andrew. Or whatever flavor that hand sanitizer is might be evened you out.
Yeah, well, this one's got the aloe and everything. I might go for 7 botanical extracts.
7? You can't say no to that.
I really can't. Ooh, maximum.
I mean, don't fuck around with 6, but 7?
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Bringing it. Getting back in the mix when I'm playing this big tournament down in Florida.
Damn, Skippy. All right,
pretty great to, FT that sucker too.
Damn, Skippy. Sage rates 130. Kevin, I think, was in the straddle. And he's ready to go here post-flop here with the ace of diamonds. The 8 of spades. The magical 8 of spades.
Can't win with that one, especially
Never.
when you pair your 8 right there on the flop. Kevin making the best hand.
Yep.
Even better.
There's a big card. I got a lot of action here on 3/8. We've got flush draw here for Sage.
Now let's see here. Kevin with the ace of diamonds. Let's see if he raises or just calls. Generally, you can just call in position. But now is a good time to put more money into the pot. If your opponent is on a draw, like let's say they've got something like a combo draw, something around the vicinity of like a queen jack of clubs, queen jack of diamonds, something of that nature, even the king queen of diamonds, you can put in a raise here. And as long as it's not too large, your opponent is going to have like the implied odds to call. And you can get them to put quite a bit more into the pot. Let's see if that's how this shakes out. Kevin is putting in a raise.
See,
Just shy of 1,200. Just shy of 1,200.
Yeah. I think, 1275?
1175, yeah.
I see there's, I think, one more that's slightly on top of that, so.
Yeah, well, whatever it was close to 1,200.
Yep, tomato. What, yeah.
Sage needed to call just the additional 750. It's going to be a 10 of clubs here on the end. And now you're hoping that your opponent doesn't have queen, jack of clubs, because that would be really, really bad for you. Sage is going to donk at this, too. And this is going to put Kevin in a spot. So he puts the card, or the chip on the card, and it's time to think. Trying to figure out if your opponent is ever bluffing you or always has the goods here. So king, queen of diamonds being turned into a bluff. Basically, this is the perfect hand to do this with, too, because you're like, well, I missed mine. I have king high, but, like, I've definitely played this like I had a flush draw. 50-50 whether it was front door or back door. So let's go. Time to put in the little bet here. And little bet it is. It's barely over half pot, so this screams value. This is like, come on, dude.
You want to call me with my ace?
Don't you want to call me with a 9, bro?
Yeah, you could call me.
Stephen Tixay here, 0%. 0%.
0%, he says.
I agree with you that Kevin is not folding, but I think 0% is a little ambitious. But Kevin's definitely calling, right?
Yeah, I
Kevin's
wouldn't
calling.
put it at 0%. Like, you have to account for the randomness in the universe, where you might reach a different decision based on a.
Yeah, we might phase over into the other one where, like, Big Daddy Chaz loses and Kevin doesn't call here.
Yeah, it's like it's.
Those might be the same.
There are parallel universes, and in that universe, I go back to my mansion and run solves for hours as I'm fed grapes by.
And there's the call.
And there you go. There's a winner there for Kev.
Yeah, and do you think Sage knows that he is just like